There are not that many things in my camera bag that I would call an absolute necessity, but the Peak Design Capture Clip is definitely one of them. And the reason is that this gives me the options and opportunities to mount my camera to my backpack or my belt and easily have it accessible while hiking or during photo shoots and I want to just store away my camera for a quick moment, and of course for transportation purposes as well. This here is the newest version of the Peak Design Capture Clip, and this here is the previous one. I'm still using both of them because they are absolutely compatible with each other. However, if I were, I would definitely pick up the new one as this is much lighter and overall just easier to use as well as smaller. Now I have reviewed this in last September and I also compared it to the Peak Design Capture Clip. I think this is the version 2 and this must be the version 3 then. Now, the reason why I'm making this video today is because I think sometimes it's good to get an update after some time of usage and also kind of like just an update as I am continuing to use these things if I actually am still using them. Now, as I've mentioned in the beginning, this is an absolute must for me to bring my camera to events, hikes, as well as family gatherings whenever I want to take a lot of photos or videos throughout the day. The ability to have my hands completely free, especially for example when doing hikes or more difficult climbs, is absolutely invaluable. Having this easily attached to my backpack like here on the strap or having it on my belt is an absolute no-brainer. Now whether you get the old one or the new one, there's not really that much difference. They are both working the pretty much exact same way. However, if you are picking it up nowadays, I would probably go for the newer one because it is smaller, lighter, and also slightly more comfortable to wear, even if you are just putting it on your belt without the additional padding, which is an extra product. Now, I must say the padding is actually something that I did not expect I would like as much as I do. However, when you're using it with cameras like this, with heavy lenses like the 15-35, as well as a battery grip on the bottom of the camera, which kind of puts the whole thing off balance and push toward your body, then the padding can be absolutely invaluable. This is something that I did not have with the older model, and there I actually noticed this quite a lot, to have scratch marks on my hip after a long day of walking or hiking. So definitely something to consider. Now the new model has held up perfectly throughout the last months. I don't see any rough scratches. Of course there's noticeable usage, but there's no like deep scratches that are hindering the functionality. And also the sliding in and out is absolutely smooth and works perfectly still every single time. In the past, I actually had problems with this sometimes, and they actually made the new design that much more easy because now you only have this one button to press, and that way you can take it out and you can also lock the button so that it does not go all the way in to kind of like protect the camera from falling out. With the older model, they also had this side adjustment right here, which I think was meant to be used, for example, when you're using this on top of a tripod as your quick release. And I don't think that that is necessarily a good idea because it's just an extremely expensive quick release plate and there are way, way cheaper options. But the idea was to kind of like fix your camera and that way it doesn't clonk around as much. Now I think with the manufacturing, they're now closer to the edges of the quick release plate and that way this adjustment is not necessarily as needed anymore. So they just completely reduced it from the design, making it smaller and of course also less prone to any kind of errors because more different pieces means also a higher failure rate. If you want to learn more about the detailed comparison about these two, I can highly recommend you check out my video from last year. There, I basically looked at these in more detail and also in terms of the comparison between the two, talked about more of that. Now again, I can highly recommend the Peak Design Capture Clip with the padding or without. If you just want to have it on your backpack strap, for example, there, it's absolutely fine without the extra padding. But if you're putting it onto your belt, then I can highly recommend it with the padding. That is really nice and a comfortable experience. Now that's everything that I have for you in this video. If it was helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That's always greatly appreciated. And with all that said, I hope you have an amazing day, make it your life, and carry your camera with ease, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao!